What's up, party people? Happy Monday. Worthwhile doing a very quick YouTube on, again, BHF and Forward. Let's start with BHF. Obviously, great news on Friday. Two articles, one from Bloomberg and then one from Reuters, both saying advanced, and they both were subtly different, though. The Bloomberg article said 65 to 70 and said as soon as next week. And the Reuters article, excuse me one second. The Reuters article then came out an hour later, did not have timing on it, said advanced, said about 70, and the price could change, I think, marginally from the 70. So we now are here on Monday. Stock's down 3% on no deal. Note, Bloomberg never said as soon as Monday. Reuters didn't have a timeline. Bloomberg said they will decide as soon as this week. I have made this just completely too big. I think what I'm looking for is what do you do when you're not supposed to do something? That big. Why I can't think right now what word I'm looking for. Irresponsibly big. I made this irresponsibly big. Both call spreads and common. The call spreads I own are October 55.60s. You probably have to pay up to like 275, 280 for those. But the way I look at it is there's like a 90% chance of a deal, and it's 220 up, 280 down. And no matter what the price is going to be, it's going to trade above 60. I also own a lot of common, an absurd amount of common. How does this break? Okay. It only breaks, I believe now, if the board and the buyer can't agree on the 65 to 70 range. I do not think there is any risk that the board would not take 70. We wouldn't have made it months into this process if they didn't have a kind of big circle around indicative price and what they needed to sell the company. Of course, the stock was trading at 45 before the news and would have went to 35 with no deal. So the board has nothing to stand on, and they can't reject even 66 or 65. So how do we get the bridge from 65 to 70? We don't even know if 65 is the right bid ask. It could be something as close as 67 and 70 or 68 and 70. They will come to an agreement on price. The stock will trade at a discount because it will take 9 months to 12 months to close, maybe anywhere between a 5 and 10% gross spread. So at 55, you're looking at anywhere from 15 to 20 down and 8 to 10 up. So for that kind of situation, it's like 1 up, 2 down. That's why the call spreads I think are better than common, but I'm still big on call spreads in common as well. I think we'll get a deal this week, maybe as soon as tomorrow. On forward, nothing has changed since Thursday. That's a huge position. I keep adding to it. Remind you with that, that's a public process. So we'll get a PR that says the deal broke. The longer we go from final bids, the more likely it is that they are going to sell to the highest bidder. If for some reason that's not going to happen the next week or two, I think it will be done by the end of this month. We will get an article that says they are in exclusive talks with so-and-so, and a deal could be completed in the coming weeks. That's how they will keep that alive in the press. If we get nothing by the end of September, no break, no deal, no article, I would be just completely shocked. Okay. But that is one of those situations where the longer we go without a deal break, the more likely I think there is a deal there. Again, I'm really high there. I'm north of 85%. BHF, obviously, I'm higher with now after the Friday articles. I love both of them, and I need both to hit. If one hits and one breaks, I will be a net loser on these investments. So I need to go 2 for 2. And ODP hit. I don't know if I talked about that at all on Twitter. I mean, I know I talked about it on Twitter, but I don't know if I talked about it on YouTube at all. But I had a 3.5% position in ODP going into today. It was too small to do any kind of real YouTube on. But anyway, that's it, party people. Hope you had a good weekend. Still got the thing on my eye, but my eyes are starting to feel a little bit better. And I don't think there's anything else that I want to talk about. There are 2 new CVRs, ETNB and an MTSR. I've put on a starter position in ETNB, and I'll be making that a decent sized position at close. And MTSR, I put on nothing, and that seems like a pretty rich CVR to me. I don't even know if I'd buy that at this price when the deal closes, but maybe I'll talk more about those in the coming weeks and months. We get closer to deal close. All right, that's all. Peace. Oh, Happy New Year to all my fellow Jews, even though I don't celebrate it at all. And I hate when people wish me Happy New Year. But I thought I'll just say it because there's so many anti Semites out there. Why not? Peace.